we are going to go ahead and dive into the agenda. So today we're going to go over templates in CompanyCam and how that's going to help standardize your process for your team. We'll touch on quick caption and how that can speed up the process of taking photos. We'll go into pages and the company dashboard. And we're going to jump into video walkthrough, logo stickers, and then those longer videos and 4K video in the premium tier of CompanyCam. Next, we're going to jump into that ultra photo resolution. We'll cover labels and how that can help organize in CompanyCam, and then we'll wrap up going through project tasks and how that works. I will be sharing my screen here as we walk through things. Again, if you guys have questions, please drop those in the Q&A and our team will be able to help answer those there, or we will answer those live. We are going to move over here to the web version of CompanyCam. So we're starting out with our templates today. Templates is going to be a premium feature of CompanyCam that's going to be really helpful if your team has a standard process that you want them to follow. What you're able to do is you can create checklist templates, report templates, and save document files, and then overall a project template that pulls those items in automatically when you create that project. So in order to create those templates, you will need to be an admin or manager on the account, and you'll need to be on the web version of CompanyCam. When you're on the web here, you would go to templates in the sidebar. On that template page, you're going to see a few different tabs. You've got checklist, reports, documents, and then those overall projects. Again, project templates are going to encompass these three items. So you're able to build out those checklist templates that you may need the team to fill out on every job. You've got those report templates where your team can pull those photos they took and save it as a PDF file. And then your documents, if you've got any PDF files you want pulled into every job, can be uploaded here as a document template. Once you've created those items, your overall project template is going to give you the ability to pull in those checklists that you need, the report templates that you need, and those project documents when you create the job. We'll go through and do a quick example of what that looks like as you create it here. So with your checklist templates, you'd be able to go in to the checklist tab, create checklist template, and you're going to see a few options here. You'll want to make sure you give that a title and description so folks know what checklist template they are using. And then you're going to see fields and sections. Sections divide out those items within your checklist to help further organize. The field is going to be the item that actually gets checked off for the team. So when you're building these out, those field items will be able to have a title, any additional notes or instructions. You can decide if photos are required and if you want to include reference images for the team. And then you also have the ability to add questions here to make those field items more in-depth. So you could add a yes/no question, a rating scale from 1 to 5, an open text response, or multiple choice question for the team to fill out. Once you've built out one of these templates, I'll show you one that's a little bit more in-depth and built out here already for us. So you'll see you can add multiple questions to a field item. We've got our multiple field items that the team will work through. That's going to be a rough view of your checklist templates. So really helping standardize that process, get the questions answered that you need, and get those photos required that the team can take as they work through the checklist. The report template is going to be really helpful for giving you that backbone of the report for the team to fill out. Maybe you want them to create that report to send alongside your invoice to your client. Those report templates are going to be really helpful because you could have those sections built out with your section title and section summary. You'll be able to decide what's on that cover page as part of the template. And then you can also decide those report settings. So how many photos per page, what they're going to see displayed next to those images as well. Then when that report template gets pulled into the job, all they need to do is go in and add their photos and the descriptions next to the photos there. The final option for those templates there would be those PDF documents. These are just PDF files that can be uploaded and then viewed from the projects if they're pulled in through that template. Now, overall, our project template is going to encompass those three things. So if I've created a project template that I want to set as my default, I'd go to the web here, I'd create my project template, hit the three dots on the right side, and I would set this as my default here. Once it's set, it will say that's your default. So then moving forward, any projects that are created, so we'll start out with a new project here. I'll go ahead and jump to an address. And you'll see as I work on creating this project, we've got our regular project information, but down at the bottom, we've got those project templates. So I've got our template that's set as a default, automatically pulling in here for me. If I needed to change that to a different project template, I could remove this, select a different project template here. And then once I've pulled that in and I create my project here, we can go ahead and we'll see we've got that document that pulled in automatically for us. Our report templates are ready to go for us to start taking or adding those photos in, and then checklists are ready for the team to start using. Now, I'll show you very briefly what this looks like from the mobile version of CompanyCam as well. We'll switch screens here. So we've got the mobile app pulled up. It's going to look very similar when I go to create that project here in the mobile app. So if I go to new project, I've got my location there. And again, we've got that project template at the bottom when I hit create. What we're going to do is we'll go ahead and jump into that project that I just created here. So you'll see those checklist templates pulled in. That way my team, when they're on site, they've got that project that was created. I can jump into my checklist, open up what I need to here, and see those field items that I need to answer my questions for and take photos. And checklists are going to be really helpful in standardizing that process and getting all those photos that you need on the job site. So they can take photos as part of that checklist and answer those questions as they work through it. Any questions that we'd like to answer live on templates? Okay. One more thing we're going to point out on that is if you guys do have a current project in CompanyCam that you've built out, and maybe you've got a checklist that you created and you want to save that as a template for future jobs. If you're in a project here and you go to your checklist, you do always have the option to open up one of those checklists you created, hit those three dots in the top right, and you could save this list as a template to use moving forward. Next thing we're going to jump into is the quick caption functionality in CompanyCam. This is a new feature for us. We're really excited about this as a way to easily capture what you're seeing in the photo description as you go. So we'll go ahead and jump into a project here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up our camera. Now, if you guys are not seeing this automatically turned on, should be for most of you here, but I want to point out where you'll be able to turn this on and off. When you've got that camera open, in the top right corner, you're going to see that settings wheel. If I click on that, and then I will go to all camera settings here. When you scroll down a little bit here, you're going to see under more, that very first option is going to say quick caption. So if you've got that turned on, what's going to happen for you is each time I take a photo here, it's going to give me the option to hit this description. So now I can add my description of the photo I just took. When I'm done adding my description, I will hit done, and then I'm ready to capture my next photo. If I want to add a description again, I'll hit description there. I can add more information on what we're looking at. I'll hit done. That way I can take these photos and add descriptions as I go. So when I hit done to leave my camera here, and I go into my photos on this project, a quick indicator of those that we added descriptions on is going to be this 3-line icon on the thumbnails of your photos. So when I go to open up that photo, now we've got that description at the bottom there. You always have the option to click on that and add more notes if you need to, or edit that. But that quick caption is going to be a really easy way to add notes as you go. So you don't have to go back and add those notes later on. Next, we are going to jump into Pages in CompanyCam. So Pages is another new feature for us. We briefly went over those checklists and reports. Checklists are going to be a really good way of having a template for the team to walk through what needs to be done on the job. Reports are really great if you need to send those photos outside of CompanyCam. Pages are going to be really good for internal documentation. We're seeing a lot of folks use these as a daily log for the team to be able to view. Maybe you want to add quick notes on what you did at that job site that day. So these pages can be continuously built on, or if you'd like the team to add a new page, maybe you want to do a daily log each day, they could create a new page here. When I go to that pages option, I'll hit that plus page here. You're going to see a few options. So we've got that blank page. We've got our AI note, which is in trial, and then we've got some examples at the bottom of the screen there. So you could use the material list example, the daily log, a work order, or an estimate there. I'll briefly touch on the AI notes here. This is a new feature. Again, it's in trial, so this is something that may change down the road. What that's going to do is it'll actually listen as you talk, similar to the quick caption there, and take notes on a page for you. Now, for today, we're just going to go ahead and jump into one of these examples to give you a better idea of what you would see with pages. So if I use that daily log example, what you're going to see is it builds out kind of a rough template almost for me. So then I could go in, it automatically adds that log information at the top. And then I've got more information where I can click in and edit these notes. You'll see all those edit options come up when we're working on that page. So I can actively take a photo as part of that page. I could add a photo I've already taken within that project. I've got some text layout options there. I could add a quick checklist within that daily log. Maybe I want to just check off those items we did that day. You can add your bullet points or your numbered lists there. This is going to be a really easy way for the team to document what they're doing on the job site and create quick notes that the whole team can utilize within that project. Any questions on pages or quick caption? Okay. I think we're still answering some questions there in the chat. We're going to keep moving forward with our agenda for today. Next, we're going to jump into the company dashboard, which is again going to be something on the web version of CompanyCam that's going to be visible for your admin and managers. So if you're on the web version of CompanyCam, the toolbar on the left, you've got your user icon at the top here. Now, I've got a photo loaded into mine. Yours may be your initials on this page here. So if I click on this, I'm an admin or manager. In this dropdown, you're going to see company dashboard listed. So we'll go ahead and click on that. This is a really quick snapshot of more information and an overview of your CompanyCam account. An easy way to see your projects that you've got showcases built for, how many photos you've got, the different fields completed within those checklists. Really quick overview, and you can change the number of days that you're seeing here. This page does update every 24 hours. So it's not a live page, but it will update every 24 hours for you. Also an easy way to view your users here, what role they're in, and a little bit more information on what they're doing within the account. Next, we're going to go ahead and jump into video walkthrough in CompanyCam. Walkthrough is going to be a feature that's on our premium tier. It's currently only accessible for folks using iPhones. So what video walkthrough is going to do is when I open my camera on a project here, you're going to see some different options at the very bottom of the screen there. So we automatically open up to that photo capability. We've got video and then walkthrough on the far right. What you're going to see when I open this walkthrough is it's going to open my front and rear facing camera here. So you're able to see our video studio and you're able to see me. This is helping a lot of teams create those videos with more of a personal touch. Maybe they want to share those out for marketing purposes. Maybe you're sharing on Instagram or TikTok. Maybe you want to send that to a client for a personal touch. You know, they're not going to hop up on a roof at the end of a job, but maybe they want to see what you did. This is a really good way to make that a little more personal, having your face with what you worked on for them. You'd record that like a normal video and it would save within that project for you. Next, we're going to go ahead and jump into the logo stickers in CompanyCam. Again, this is going to be on our premium tier. And this is another thing that's really going to help with marketing in CompanyCam. So if you guys are taking those photos from CompanyCam, maybe sharing a gallery link to social media or sharing that timeline link for folks that you're working with so they can easily see those photos as you take new photos there. The logo sticker is going to be really helpful for branding all of your photos there. We're going to start by showing you how to add your logo into CompanyCam. From the web version here, an admin or manager will click on their user icon. You'll go to those company settings there. And then within company settings, we're going to switch over to that company logo option. And this is where you will upload your company logo. Once you've got that uploaded, if you guys have photos you've already taken and you want to drop that logo on them so you could share them out to social media, we'll go ahead and open our project here. I'm going to open up one of our photos. We'd open up our edit tool here. So that's going to be that wavy line button at the top of the screen. When I open that, we've got all of our typical editing tools there that you probably see as you annotate those photos. One you may not have used as much is going to be that sticker icon. So it's going to look like a circle peeling up on the edge. When you click that sticker icon, if you're on that premium tier, you're going to see your company logo there as a sticker that you can drop on the photo. So I can drop that on, can move it where I need it and resize it as I need to. And then that will save directly on our image. So I can go ahead, save that image there, and now we've got that directly on our photo. You can do this from the mobile app in a very similar way. So we're in that same project here, open up one of my photos. Again, that wavy line button at the bottom of the screen. And then again, that icon that looks like a little circle peeling up on the edge like a sticker there, and you'll see your company logo. Any questions on video walkthrough or logo stickers?
Can you add a logo?
Yes, so the question was, can you add a logo in bulk? So right now we don't have a way to add that logo to everything. That logo is going to be something that you'll need to drop onto those images individually. The logo will automatically add itself to before and after photos if you're using one of those layouts that adds the logo for you. It'll be any of those before and afters with the little square icon. But right now, if you're wanting to add that logo, it would be individually on those photos. Awesome. Next thing we're going to jump into is some premium features that are going to be really helpful for the team for capturing everything you guys need to document on the job site. So with our premium tier, you guys are going to have 10-minute long video capabilities. What that means is when you go in to take your photos in CompanyCam, you switch over to video or that walkthrough capability. You have up to 10 minutes on those videos. On that pro tier, it's just going to be 3 minutes for you. So premium is going to be really helpful if you guys are taking a lot of videos on your job sites for that longer video capability. You also are going to have 4K video. The easiest way to change that video quality and the photo resolution for your premium tier, you've got a couple options here. So if you've already got your camera open on a project, you hit that settings wheel in the top right corner. And if we go to all camera settings here, this is where I can go in and I could change my image quality. Premium users are going to see Ultra as an option here for the best image quality. And then you're also going to see that option if you're on the premium tier for 4K video. That way you can switch and get the best photo and video quality. I know a lot of folks' marketing teams really like this if you're sharing those videos and photos on social media. If you guys are ever using those, maybe you're putting up a billboard in town, having those really high resolution photos are going to be really helpful for the team to be able to use them for marketing purposes. Again, if you've got that camera open to access those camera settings, you'll just hit that settings wheel in the top right and go to all camera settings to see that information. Any questions on those camera settings or video capability? Okay, we're going to keep going here. Next thing we're going to jump into is labels in CompanyCam. Labels are going to be a really helpful way, whether you're on Pro or Premium, to help organize your projects. Obviously, our basic form of organization in CompanyCam is going to be the projects you create at a specific address. But if you guys have different types of jobs and you want to be able to search by that, or maybe search by where you're at within the progress of a job, labels are going to be the way to do that. So we've got labels on this specific project I've got pulled up here. At the very top of my screen, you'll see that 2021 and bid label. If I click on these, I'll just remove these from our project here. So if you're adding labels for the first time here, you are going to see that labels option just below that project information here in the mobile app. So you just click on labels. Admin and managers on the account, you'll have that ability to create new labels. So if you want to create those ahead of time so the team has a good library to use, that's always a good way to help the team stay organized. After that, the whole team will be able to utilize these labels and add them to jobs as needed. So I could go in now and add maybe a 2024 label, and I want to mark this as complete here. So I will save that, and it will update those labels for me. Now, to search by those labels, what we would do, we'll go over to our company feed here in the mobile app. So bottom of the screen, that button that looks like a stack of photos. We're on our company feed and the projects page of that. We've got that funnel button in the bottom right corner. So this is our filter option. Now I can filter by those labels that I've added to my projects. So I'll go in and I'm going to filter by that 2024 label. I'll hit save, and it's going to narrow down those projects for me just to what's labeled by 2024. This is going to be very similar on the web version of CompanyCam. So I'll jump back into our project feed here. Your filter button on the web is going to be these lines with the different levels on them. We'll click that filter button here. You'll see a few different filter options, but those labels are going to be at the bottom there. I can filter by my labels, find what I'm needing, hit apply filter, and it's going to narrow it down for me. That way you can easily organize those projects by type of job or progress that you're in with that project. Any questions on those labels? Okay. We are going to jump into our final thing for today, which is tasks in CompanyCam. We briefly went over checklist. So when you're in a project in CompanyCam, you're going to see quite a few different options here on these pages. You've got your photos, you've got pages, documents, reports, checklist. You're going to see tasks in the sidebar here. Tasks and checklists, you're going to say, are probably pretty similar, but the biggest difference is going to be that tasks are really good for quick one-off items that need to be completed on a job. Maybe you have a quick to-do that you need someone to see easily. A task is the way to go, whereas a checklist is going to be easy to create a template for helping standardize your process on the jobs. Tasks are maybe one-off items that you need someone to complete or make sure they see the list of the scope of work that needs to be done on that location. You could create quick tasks that folks can see and then work through as well. So again, those tasks are going to be specific to the job you add them to. Tasks on the web are going to be here in the sidebar, so you can create new tasks. You also have the option to hide those tasks that have been completed, and they'll be in a drop-down option for you. The other nice thing with these tasks is you're able to create a task for a specific photo. Now, the biggest difference here is checklist. You actually take photos as part of the checklist to complete a task, to complete a field item in a checklist, whereas a task may be tied to a specific photo. So if a team needs to see what's in that photo to understand what to do here, I could easily jump into a photo and create a task. So that task is going to be visible here within this photo, but it's also going to show up in my tasks on the sidebar here. Jumping into the mobile version of CompanyCam, what's going to be really helpful for those tasks as quick one-off items is that's going to be the first tab that's going to actually open within the project here. So we've got our project information and our photos there, but within those different tabs at the bottom there, tasks are going to be the first thing that's visible. So again, really good for quick items that the team may need to complete on site and they can easily check off. You'll be able to see who completed an item as well. It's just going to be that first thing that they're seeing. Checklists are going to be a little more in depth for you. Any questions on tasks in CompanyCam? Okay. We are going to go ahead and jump into what is coming up with CompanyCam. If you guys have more questions for us, we will be on here for a couple more minutes, so feel free to drop those in the Q&A. We do have more upcoming classes. We've got another CompanyCam on desktop class here Wednesday, June 5th. We've got a CompanyCam on mobile coming up on June 12th. And then we've actually got a Spanish class coming up here on June 25th. So if you've got any team members who mainly speak Spanish and want to learn more about CompanyCam, that's going to be a great class. If you guys aren't able to make these classes, don't hesitate to register anyways. You will be sent a recording of the class within 24 hours. So you'll be sent a recording of today's class. And if there's another class you want to learn more on, don't hesitate to sign up for those. You can view all of that information at companycam.com/classes. Any final questions before we wrap up for today? Awesome. We really appreciate everybody joining us today. If you do have additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your customer success manager or our support team. We are happy to help if you guys have questions along the way and want to make sure you're getting the most out of your CompanyCam account. Thanks for joining us and have a good rest of your Wednesday.